right. Huh? Zikla. Zikla. Hmm? Is it blue? Maybe it's kale. There's a black truck that Omar owns. It's an old Dodge. Maybe that's kale. News Talk, KEYS. That's going to be hard to reframe my mind to understand that. I have no idea what you're saying in there, Doug. Okay. Well, that's perfectly fine too. Oh, wonderful. That sounds like a plan. Sounds good. Hello, hello, my friends. You are listening to the Bad Blonde Radio Show on News Talk KEYS 1440 AM and 98.7 FM. And today is a very good day. Well, why? Well, I'm on the radio, and I want to say a big thank you to Competition Sounds for sponsoring our show. I got a few other reasons why it's a good day, but let's first ask Chad, my co-host. Chad, why is it a good day for you, buddy?
Today is a good day. I think I've almost got my MG
ready to rock,
and yeah, hopefully test drive soon.
The sooner the better, because I will be driving that and putting a video up on my YouTube as soon as that happens.
It is available for rent.
No, I get to use it for free, obviously. Silly. Now, also, guys, why it's a good day for me. But before that, let me tell you, you should text and tell us why it's a good day. And I'm going to say it out on the air, okay? Text us at 882-5397 and let us know why you're having a good day too. And I will most certainly repeat that if it is PG-13 on the radio. Every time I say our cell phone, or every time I say our contact number, I second guess if I'm getting it right. It's so difficult.
You should write it down.
I have it written down right in front of me. It still happens.
You're possibly number dyslexic.
It still happens. Okay, now guys, why it's a great day for me? Well, first of all, it's Saturday. Hallelujah! It is bike night going on over at Rowdy House. And they are having a classic car show today at Nueces Brewery. And I'm going to have both of those gentlemen, Omar Ramos from Rowdy House and Kale Moore from Nueces Brewery on at the bottom of the hour. I'm imagining we're going to be popping some pretty righteous brews from Nueces. What do you think, Chad?
Sounds like it.
I'm excited about that. It's actually supposed to be a surprise. Kale said he's bringing a surprise new brew, and I like surprises.
I do too.
Especially if it's carbonated and has a decent ABV. Right.
Especially if it gets you a little bit of a buzz.
I'll take a little buzz. I'll take a little buzz. But also, today is a good day just because I am in Corpus Christi, Texas, getting to talk to you all, and that's pretty special. Chad, I got to tell you all about, so recently, guys, I went to Seattle for work, and I was there for, man, I guess it was about 6 or so days, doing an activation for my job, which was pretty fun. I like Seattle. I wish that there were no restaurants open due to COVID-19, and so I missed the culinary experience that goes along with Seattle, because they truly have some fantastic restaurants. But elsewise, just walking around Seattle is pretty bomb.com.
Yeah, it looks like very pretty.
It is. It
Fish
is.
markets.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't been to the northeast coast. I mean, west coast. Sorry.
Yeah.
The northwest coast.
I knew what you meant.
It looks gorgeous.
It really is. So the Pike's Place Market is like one of the most famous markets.
I want to see people throw fish around.
Exactly. That is the place that you throw fish around. And sadly, it was, so I have been there, I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago, I was there for work. And this past trip, just last week, was a little different, just due to COVID-19. So to have seen what Pike Place Market looked like when it was booming and hustling, and all these independent vendors are there, and then to see it now during this time was a little bit depressing, I'm going to be honest. I'd say they were down to maybe 25 to 35% of how many actual vendors are typically there.
I want to intercept a codfish.
God, that'd
like
be...
one-handed grab, flying back,
and take off running.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. So what I do want to talk about is I was told when I was there, I was, you know, obviously posting stories on my The Bad Blonde Instagram. And I had my buddy Nolan reach out to me. He works with Haggerty. So basically anybody that works with Haggerty knows where all the righteous car spots are in any city. They're the go-to. Okay. So Nolan reaches out to me and he's like, hey man, you got to try to get to the Shop Club. And I said, well, what is the Shop Club? And he was like, well, just Google it. You'll figure it out. I'm like, I need more
shops.
Well, it's actually this like super cool automotive, like classic, well, any car really, automotive storage facility. I love the idea. So I Googled it and I took like one look at the pictures and I have to go.
So you got a classic car, but you don't have a garage.
Exactamundo.
Oh, okay.
And especially in a location like Seattle, any kind of big city where parking is extraordinary. I don't remember what the exact price range. I feel like I'm not even going to dare to guess because I had a lot of numbers thrown at me when I was visiting. But it was phenomenal. So first of all, they have a bar and a restaurant there. They also have, look, if you become a member, okay, let me start off. I'm getting distracted by all of the amenities that I'm gonna have to tell you all about. You can be a member and you can also be just a person that you can store your car there, or you can be all of them. So there were probably 125 cars of all varieties. Like I'm talking Ferraris to Jaguar XK120. They have a cigar room with like its own independent ventilation system in there.
I think that's a requirement.
Is it?
I don't know.
I think it's a great idea. I'm totally for it. They had a conference room that you can actually like rent out. So if you're a member there, you can say, hey, I need a conference room for this, you know, for who knows what you would need to do in a conference room there. But you can have the option of doing it. They have mechanic shop bays. They have mechanics that you could use if you don't want to do your own mechanic work. They had cleaning areas. And like I said, a bar and restaurant. So obviously I had an IPA while I was there.
What an interesting business idea.
Right?
Plus maybe you have all these guys park their cars in there and then you charge people to come in and look at these people's cars that you're already charging to store their cars in.
Exactly. I'm saying this is like a great idea. And I drove like 30 minutes to go down there and see it. And
yeah, you'd have to have the population. I guess. I don't know if Corpus could support that just yet.
Texas is a place where you have a lot of garage space too.
Yeah, that's true.
This is something that I can see really booming in the larger cities, but I just like the idea of it. You know, you could see, so they also had a barber shop there as well. I almost forgot about that because barbershops aren't that relevant to me. But they did let me, so I went over there and they're like, oh no, due to COVID, we're not really letting anybody see. And so I played like the YouTube card. I was like, oh, I kind of make historical automotive videos. Do you think I could just like see a little bit? And my buddy Nolan from Haggerty said that, you know, like blah, 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 blah.
Dropping names.
I was begging. Yeah. And so it was the name dropping. She's like, oh, you know Nolan? And I was like, yeah, I know Nolan. And she's like, okay. And she was Maddie was the most delightful young lady. And she walked me all the way around. She absolutely put up with all of my jibber jabbering. Because at one point we walked into an area of the facility where a guy was doing metalworking. He was working on a 356, a Porsche 356, and a Jaguar XK140. And really, when you have it stripped down to just kind of the metal and the frame, it's really hard to tell the difference between a 140 and a 120.
Yeah, they're pretty similar.
I thought, yes, totally similar. And so I just had a fantastic time there, and I thought,
did you make a YouTube video on that?
I did.
Oh, that's good.
I haven't posted it yet. But yeah, guys, if y'all want to check out this facility, and I'm saying like the whole gamut, like it is every type of car you could imagine. Classic to new, Italian to German, like it was.
That's really cool too, because car people, they like hanging out with car people, talking cars.
Yes. I mean, yes, I made friends with some people that were over there. I'm sure they just saw me drinking a beer alone at a table and they're like, what is this weirdo girl doing here? And
you should have picked a cool car and lied and told them it was yours.
Damn, I really should have done that. That would have been genius.
Guys have been doing that to girls for many years.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny that you say that, because that's one of those things where if somebody lied to me about the vehicle they owned, I just feel like I'd get up catching them on a lie.
At some point.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, well, what's the engine? Blah, 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 blah. And then...
I'm still working on my Ferrari. So let me drive you around in my 93 Ford Ranger until it's fixed.
Genius. I would see through that pretty darn quick, if I do say so myself. But yeah, I need to just chop that video up and put it onto the Bad Blonde YouTube soon.
Yeah, I want to see that one. That sounds really cool.
Also, guess where they're going to have us to open a facility? And I totally talked them into inviting me to the grand opening of this facility.
Dallas.
How did you already know that?
Population.
You're right. It is totally Dallas. The girl, Maddie, was like, oh, we're coming to Dallas. You live in Texas? You got to come and visit. And I said, of course I will come to this grand opening.
You're going to have the money.
Yeah.
And the population. And Dallas definitely has both of those.
100%. That is for sure. I'm excited. Like, it's just, the more things like this pop up, the more it encourages and also helps sustain car enthusiasm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's neat a lot if you don't have a place to work on your car. And,
yeah.
And you can go and get a lift. I mean, I don't know what they're
I feel like you and me take the fact that we have access to mechanic lifts for granted.
Yeah, definitely. But I've worked on the ground plenty of times that I don't really take it for granted.
Yeah.
I appreciate it very much. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't have that opportunity, and to have that and probably a couple of brains together, guys that come over and help you and give you some ideas, or maybe you don't know as much and they're there to kind of guide you or help. That's a real cool thing, actually.
Totally. Well, I was stalking their Instagram and they had like workshops, like how to do this, how to do that. And I think that's great to encourage. The more people know about things, the more they also appreciate them.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't think they can work on their cars. And they start having fun and doing it. Like, I have a friend who got a BMW Z3 and he pretty much didn't mess with much stuff. And now he's got his little project. He's going out there and tinkering and souping it up. He put some soup on it the other day, like it was tomato.
I was just about to ask what type of soup. That's so funny. All right, guys, we are going to take a little break. Once again, thank you to our sponsors, Competition Sounds, for supporting the Bad Blonde Radio Show on News Talk KEYS 1440 AM and 98.7 FM. I felt like that went on longer than 11 minutes. Okay. Hey, we're gonna have y'all in on the bottom of the hour to pop some beers. Did you get a haircut, Kale?
I think, yeah.
It looks fantastic.
You know, I keep changing my identity, so.
I like it.
Catch up with me, I gotta cut it.
I like it. All right, we're gonna have you on in 10 minutes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
No, it's good.
All right, my friends. Welcome back to the Bad Blonde Radio Show. Well, I just finished kind of talking about my trip to Seattle and checking out the Shop Club, which is this righteously cool automotive storage place with a bar and a restaurant and every kind of car you can imagine. And now, Chad, should we kind of finish up? Last Saturday, we did not finish our entire Porsche 356 and Speedster talk. Should we try and recap on that?
Sure.
Sure? I'm looking for a little more enthusiasm on this.
Possibly.
Yes! All right, I was looking for a Heckles and Jeckles. Yes, let's please do that. And guys, just a heads up, at the bottom of the hour, we are going to have my buddies, Kale Moore from Noasis Brewery and Omar Ramos from Rowdy House. Tell us about their events. They have on today, this Saturday, today's Saturday. Am I saying that even right?
Today is Saturday, is correct.
Yeah. I don't even, my mind works like spaghetti soup.
Saturday is going to be an exciting day in Corpus Christi.
Today. They are going to talk about their car events. Now, last year, I do not know how to talk about time. So last weekend, we kind of talked, we hit on the history of Porsche, or you can also say correct pronunciation is Porsche, but as I tell everybody, I've been saying Porsche since I was 8 years old, and this old dog ain't learning any new tricks. I'm just going to say what I want to say with this one. And so we covered Dr. Ferdinand Porsche's history with the Nazis, his very brief tenure as a chauffeur for Archduke Franz Ferdinand. If you want to hear about that, check out, go to my YouTube and check out the Bad Blonde history of Porsche and the 356. But the whole goal of that was to eventually end up talking about the Speedster.
That was the goal.
And then we just, I ramble on.
You may proceed.
I ramble on. So, this is going to be quick. I'm not going to, I really like to digress and talk about history a ton, but I'm going to just spin over this as fast as I can. All right, so Dr. Ferdinand Porsche would eventually be imprisoned for being a member of the SS. And he was also obviously a member of the Nazi Party. And he designed and created the elephant tank, which played a big role in the Nazi forces. So he was actually in prison for about 4 years. And when the time he got out, his son, Ferry, had already created the Porsche 356. And many credit the 356 as being the first production Porsche ever, okay? Fast forward, the 356 is doing extremely well. And at that time, it was actually $300. We already hit on this, but it's still such a fantastic fact to me that it was $300 over the XK120. And like you said, Chad, the XK120.
Now, do you think that is, how is the currency? Is it what, like, is this general? It's $300 in American dollars?
It was, yeah, that was American dollars if I remember properly. Because that's a lot of car. The XK120 is like a lot of car and a lot of engine in comparison
and a lot
to
of
the
aluminum.
That true story.
All aluminum.
And aluminum is going to play a role in how we ended up with the modern Speedster. So the 356 is out and about. It's doing tremendously well. And why a lot of people like this was because it was a car that you could race on Sunday and drive to work on Monday. It was actually reliable during this era of imports that were not exactly reliable. And not easy to get, routinely repaired.
Well, 356 compared to the XK120 was very simple.
Mighty. I would have totally agreed to that.
And
probably
a lot of people, well, some people back in the day could probably do their own repairs.
Yeah. It's a little 4-cylinder engine. The early ones were, I think what it was like around little over 1,400 cc's. And then I think in let's see, it was like 57, they increased it to about 1,600 or so. But so 356 is doing extremely well. In 1951, it won its class at the Le Mans, and of course, all the racers went ape about that, became extremely popular at American SCCA events. And with all this popularity And like I said, it being over $300 more than the Jaguar XK120, Max Hoffman, who was the sole importer of Porsche in the US, isn't that crazy?
That's a good gig.
Right? That's what I'm talking about. So he reaches out to Ferry Porsche and he says, hey man, I know that there's a niche in this market. If you can just make a cheaper roadster to compete with, you know, the Austin Healys of the day, the MG cars of the day, the Jaguar XK120, then we could really boom. Doesn't that seem like a good idea?
It does. It does.
And it was. And it was, except that Porsche didn't quite execute it as well as they could have. So he asked for this vehicle, and what Porsche gives him is, in 1952, it was the 356 American Roadster, also known as the Type 540. And now, this was the first Domino, okay? It was not technically the first Speedster, but it was their first attempt that would eventually lead to the Speedster. Now, the idea, well, really, the problem that they had with the American Roadster, and if anybody's by their computer, you should Google it. It's a little, to me, I don't like the looks of it as much as the actual Speedster. It just was a little, it had a little more odd curves than I anticipated. And I actually saw one of these in real life, because only 17 of the American Roadster were ever created. Yeah, Google it, Chad. Take a little look. It's kind of odd. So only 17 of these were ever made. I got to see one, and I saw it at the Amelia Island Concourse, and so like I turned my head and I was all, what? Is that really what I see? Is that what? Oh my, and I walk over and, you know, all the owners stand right by their cars, and so I talked to the guy. I'm like, that is unbelievable. This was the first attempt. This was the before the Speedster.
Well, I Googled American Speedster and it's coming up with
American
a bicycle.
Porsche American Roadster.
Oh, Roadster.
Yeah. Now, the problem that Porsche encountered with the American Roadster is that it was too expensive to make. It was an aluminum body, like we were just talking, the XK120, Jaguar XK120 has an aluminum body. The aluminum body was too expensive, and the aluminum body meant it could not be incorporated in the Stuttgart 356 product line. So they already had the 356 running. It's surprising to me, like when y'all are about to hear how the Speedster's made, and it's surprising to me that they didn't just do this in the first place and cut through and never have created the American Roadster, personally. So, like I said, the American Roadster fails, but the idea stays with Porsche, and he goes back to the drawing board. And he realizes, well, hey, I already have this 356, which it was available in coupe and cabriolet. So he's like, well, maybe we should just cut down the cabriolet a little bit more, take out all the frills and thrills, all the expensive luxuries, thus making it lighter, which is beneficial when you're trying to have a fast racer. And voila, that was the birth of the Speedster.
Yeah, it's funny too, is the Speedsters out of the 356s and all were bare bones.
Yes.
They are worth the most money now.
Hands down.
I think from what I kind of read and heard, is people back in the day, because they were a little bit cheaper, I think the 356s and everything, they would wreck them and toss them. Or leave them on the side of the road. Or
use and abuse.
Up.
Well, basically, so the 356s were right around $4,000. I think the coupe was a little over $4K and the cabriolet was a little under $4K. And they trimmed the Speedster down so much, like bucket seats, removable windscreen, a few other things that they just took out, the thrills that they took out of the 356 to make the Speedster, that they were able to sell the Speedster for $2,905. Their whole goal was to keep it under $3K. And that's exactly, they were able to buy it cheap, and if they messed it up, they didn't care about losing it.
Yeah, and I think that's why there are so few remaining, and that's driven their cost up a lot. And you're right, the American Porsche Roadster, it almost kind of looks like they were borrowing from the XK120.
Yes.
They were influenced, or they were trying to get into that market, or the way it looks, but it looks weird for a Porsche.
100%. No, it really, it's not, to me, it doesn't have becoming lines to it.
No.
And it is almost like they were trying to shorten and kind of shove an XK120 into a Porsche-esque look to it.
Yeah, not a good move.
No, not a good move at all.
As history will show.
Well, and it did. So it's just funny that, I mean, I guess for most automotive manufacturers this day and age, if they can make one car, one platform, one something be a bunch of different, you know, models, then they do it. And it's funny that that didn't even cross Porsche's mind to make their 356 into that. Instead, they ventured into creating this American Roadster that was way costly.
Well, did they share the same wheelbase though?
I don't know.
They may have.
Well, I know. Okay, you know what? And I'm talking. I meant to say aluminum body. You're right.
Okay, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, that requires a lot of tooling and bucks and a lot more man hours. I'm sure that was probably back then, probably hand hammered aluminum with a wooden buck.
Well, that's what they first started with it when the XK120 first came out. That's what they were first doing for a while. All right, guys. Well, I feel like we just covered the Speedster right in time because we were going to take a little break. And when we come back, we will have my two buddies, Omar Ramos from Rowdy House and Cale Moore from Nueces Brewery for Beer 30.
See you on the flip side.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? Come on over. Come on in.
What is it with us there?
We only have beer with 32 ounces.
Exactly.
Darn right.
What's up?
Let me get out of the way. I'm in the way. Here we go.
Pour up and
Y'all been?
Good. Yeah. I didn't get some parts that I needed today, so that's kind of frustrating.
It's a
but
bummer.
Where you want me?
Wherever. Those two, whichever two seats you like.
What's up, man?
What's
How you
in
doing?
there?
Good.
Is that just your
Doing all
cooler
right.
you carry?
Well, I had a bunch of beers that I was running around.
What's up, dude?
Hey man, how are you?
Doing all right?
Y'all met, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
what, you know what? It was Omar, it was you, me, and Casey. And
Yeah.
Chad wasn't here. That's
Yeah.
who it was.
You're usually here on these?
Now I've been coming on.
God.
She don't know what she's doing.
Right away, keep her in line.
So, are you guys gonna bring something out Saturday?
I don't know.
He's the guy I talked to. I'm going to be in Austin till who knows when.
Some old guys think they have cool cars.
I've got
You
both cars I have are broke.
Push the MG over.
I could probably drive that
Let's
over.
get that Impala.
But it's Doug's birthday. Let's get him home to his family to have dinner.
Oh yeah.
We don't have enough working ones. I'm sure it's fine.
all good.
I only need this to know when Doug tells me to do something.
Yeah, right on. We'll pop
Oh
the beers in a
yeah,
minute.
let's hold on. Yeah, let's get the beer out and ready.
First
What
things
is it?
first.
We're
So I'm
excited.
gonna release this
Oh my goodness!
on Saturday.
Err!
I'm gonna make it a treat.
Oh my god, we have like real glasses.
Oh no! Get ready.
What else? Oh my shit! Yes, I saw this on Instagram. Oh, this is phenomenal. Doug, are you seeing this? There's about to be whipped cream
Is that
on. Oh,
We
big
gotta
enough?
get audio,
I
right?
was gonna say, make sure you get the.
Is that big enough, or should I crack another one? You have any more beers in there?
Oh, I have lots of beers.
Let's
There we go.
Yeah.
Pop them out.
Yeah.
Supremo OG.
OG.
What is this called? I'm gonna have you describe it.
Pumpkin Pie Porter.
Yes, please.
PPP. Everybody's getting their PPP money. Yeah. Chad,
Okay.
you want your own thermos? Half Supremo. Supremo's like an ultralight.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh.
Just 1 second, Doug. We'll be right on it.
All right, you and I are gonna get the pop fizzle sound.
You're in charge of doing the dairy part. I'll do the rest. Okay. Yep. All right, my friends. We are back. It is Beer 30, my favorite 30 on the Saturday, and it's a real treat. We have like the latest in breaking beer from Nueces Brewery. Tell us about it, Cale.
So we're gonna release this Saturday,
Oh
as
my
well
goodness.
as have lots of other fun things to do. But what we're gonna release is our kind of Christmas seasonal. It's the Pumpkin Pie Porter, or PPP.
Pumpkin pie. So in the studio today, I have my co-host Chad, Premier Mechanic. We have Omar Ramos from Rowdy House. who does all the choppers around here in Corpus Christi. Pretty epic. You stop by his shop sometime. And we have Cale Moore from Oasis Brewery bringing in the brews and going to tell us all about the classic car show that's going on today on Saturday.
2 to 5.
Woohoo! All right, guys, say hi.
What's up? What's up?
Hi.
Yeah. We're going to do our beer 30, and it's going to be an epic pop because there's like 4 gigantic beers, and then with this special pumpkin beer, pumpkin pie porter.
Pumpkin pie porter.
Pumpkin pie porter. There's actually going to be whipped cream put on top. So I cannot wait.
PPP, Paycheck Protection Program.
I am already salivating. All right, let's pop it, guys. Ooh. Oh, delightful. Cale, I'm going to hand this over to you because we got
an oil can of beer here.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, these are 32 ounces. If y'all have ever gotten a crowler, I'm saying crowler, not growler, from Oasis Brewery is 32 ounces. The funniest comment I've ever gotten on my Bad Blonde Instagram was I had a photo. I was showing off the new Corpus Christi Whataburger Hooks hat, and I was holding one of y'all's beers, and some guy was all, what do you call that? Photoshop. Oh, look, she photoshops. Look at the size of that beer. And I was like, dude, that is a 32 ounce.
It's Texas people.
Yeah, come
I know.
on, man.
I was like, you just lost your man card. I'm embarrassed for you.
They come in the convenient alcoholic size.
This is the normal size beer.
Yes.
I always say the 12 ounces are like kind of weird because they're little and it only takes like a couple drinks to drink.
Exactly.
12 ounces are for right before you go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
32 ounces.
There you go.
Just to get yourself righteously primed. That's all you need.
Okay, are you ready for this treat?
Yes, make the noise. We're
All
going to
right,
hear some whipped
tell
cream.
everybody, we're putting whipped cream on top of this pumpkin pie porter.
Not just taking whippets.
Yeah, although we might be. Just kidding.
Good
Wait,
idea.
put it closer to the microphone.
All right, here we go.
This is a lot I'm asking for. Oh! Oh! Oh my God, glorious.
It
Man.
looks kind of like a root beer float, maybe, with whipped cream on top. Right?
I cannot-
Right, so it's a traditional porter, English porter, very, very black porter, but it's got all kinds of Christmas holiday in it. We've got we've roasted nutmeg and clove and allspice and cinnamon, frankincense, all that stuff. Yes, yeah, exactly. So we drop all that into this beer and let her get happy, and now we're going to serve it up on this Saturday.
I am so excited about this. How did y'all come up with this idea, other than the fact that everybody loves pumpkin, because I love pumpkin?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a fun, something to do this time of year. Everybody likes a good pumpkin.
Now,
Everybody likes a porter.
how do I get into this without having my face covered in whipped cream?
No, that's the whole point.
It's a mustache.
I'm already like,
it's a mustache for sure.
Do we
This
have
is
it on
difficult.
film?
Mm-hmm. I can't even get near.
And so you can get a smell of it too. I mean,
Oh, it's delicious.
it's a spicy beer.
Oh, guys, y'all are going to be, if you live in Corpus Christi and you're listening to this, you need to go and check it out.
I mean, even if you're not listening from Corpus Christi, you can just come in from out of town and...
Or ask at your local bar if they have an Oasis Brewery.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so this also is getting released as a distributed beer just for the holidays. So it's a special release. So you'll find it all around town.
Oh, awesome.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, we'll release it at the brewery first, and then in the next week or so, it'll stop popping up all over town. And it's limited. We only have so much, and when it's gone, it's gone.
Oh, scarcity really makes you want it, doesn't it?
Right? So
Hurry up.
Sneaky marketing.
I was going to say, scarcity also works with barbecue and cars.
Yeah. It's penny stocks.
Element, yeah. If you don't have a
Get
lot.
it now.
Nice. Omar, man. Oh, look, I'm sorry. I'm asking Omar a question right as he's taking a sip. My bad, buddy. Omar, tell us about bike night. I love bike night, guys. And we definitely have to shotgun a beer. Not a 32 ounce beer.
It's a tradition.
What?
Yeah. So we shotgun beer. I'm always like, guys, let's shotgun a beer. And then they're like, okay. And then they annihilate me. Like, they're finished, and I'm still like,
but it's, it's the thought that counts and the fiercity going into it,
Exactly. Well, I'm like, I'm the first one to suggest it and the last one to actually.
It's not Wild House, it's Rowdy House. You bring that to the table.
I'm trying. I get brain freezes. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody that's listening doesn't know what what I mean when I say shotgun a beer?
Probably.
Y'all describe it.
Poke a hole in the side, turn it up,
Yeah.
flip it open so that beer just rushes
Gotta
down.
get some ventilation.
Yeah, as quick as
Yeah.
possible.
A lot of folks
Hard.
usually use a key or a
Yeah.
knife.
Usually it's a race amongst others.
It is a race. It is, sadly, and I
Mhm.
always lose.
If you're really cool, you use your head, and then you bash
What?
it.
Mash it against your
So,
forehead.
you know, if you guys have seen that, I want somebody to do that. That'd be rad. Just don't hurt yourselves.
They only show you the successful videos online. They never show you the thousands of lumps on people's heads that were not successful.
Yeah, I'm not going to try that one
Yeah.
whatsoever. So, tell us how can everybody participate? Today, it's going on.
A little bit later on today, day ride starts at 12 p.m. We're gonna
Meet, what's your address?
506 North Mesquite Street.
I love your shop, dude.
It's rad.
It's so cool.
Now across the street, we have a
Yeah.
huge Christmas tree.
You can take your Christmas photos, everybody.
We will be setting up and doing a ride-up
Are you
photo
gonna,
booth.
Oh my gosh.
Santa Claus will be in attendance.
Who's dressing up? Is it you?
Van Drew from Let's Boogie.
Oh, well, he's kind of the perfect Santa Claus.
He
I need to
kinda
have
is.
Andrew on here, too.
Yeah.
Let's boogie.
Yeah, Let's Boogie Van Club will be out there setting up and selling some merch. And, of course, Andrew will be Bike Night Santa Claus.
What was that awesome coffee company that was there?
Hemispheres, they'll be out there again, for sure.
Were you the one that poured a little whiskey into my
Little
coffee
bit of
cup?
Jameson.
Because that was pretty darn nice.
I know. They go together so good. It's kind of...
I like caffeine and booze is kind of like, woo, all right.
Speedballing.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Exactly. So yeah, we meet up at the shop at 12, and then we go on a day ride. This particular bike night, I think we're gonna hit kind of like South Side area, and then end up at Nueces for the
car show. Are you going to
for
be
the
there?
car
Okay.
show. Yeah.
What kind of cars are we expecting, Kale?
So I talked to Skip over at Coastal A's and Rods Car Club. He says he's going to have a 41 pickup. He's going to have a couple Cobras out there.
Sweet.
Possibility of having a few Lambos out there.
Woo!
So lots of good stuff, more stuff than I know. I don't know if it's showing up, but I know I've seen pictures of it. An old 57 Chevy that looks pretty nice.
Awesome.
Part of his group there. And then we should also have some old classic C10s. I know his group's got some, and then also the local Corpus Christi C10 GMC club is bringing a few trucks out as well. So they're gonna have some fancy. And then that's always been my favorite. I know last time I was here, I told you I love an old C10.
Oh, I respect that.
68 C10.
Yep. They're going skyrocketing in price right now. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's amazing how, sometimes
Scarcity,
each one
like
gets
you were just
it's
saying.
100%.
That's right.
And, every once in a while something gets its time in the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and the prices jump
A
up.
movie comes out.
Yeah,
It's pretty
exactly.
good or something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So true.
I saw you with one a while back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it turquoise?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that was the C10. That was a little bit more. It was pretty much a dragster.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
dang.
kind of, it
I
was
think
bad.
Got it all
I'm
tucked
not
up?
allowed to say that word, and I didn't finish it.
And a performance engine. I don't remember.
Did it have
what
those?
I can see Doug
wheel-
staring
wheel
at me.
racing wheels
I'm
on
all
it?
right. I didn't curse,
I don't
Doug.
remember
It's
what
fine.
it was. Straight bed.
It was tubbed out for the wheels
Right.
inside and out, and I don't.
I saw one at Nostalgia Night out there at Snapcas, and it caught my eye.
I need to go to Nostalgia Night.
Oh yeah,
That one may be around Corpus still actually.
yeah. My dad has a '68 C10 step side.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
No
We've
kidding.
done a lot of work to it.
Good for him.
It's that teal color.
Oh, it's such a good
It's that
color.
teal color. Yeah.
It's a pleasant color.
It is. We're gonna be doing some powder coating underneath the hood a little bit.
Isn't
Color
it funny
matching.
that people like it's a truck? And we're all talking about it like
Exactly.
It's like I used to have a '95 Ford Ranger. You know?
Yeah.
Is that-
In like 30 years, I don't think I'm gonna be like, man, that '95 Ford Ranger.
No. Our parents' age, they had cars that they remembered. In our age, you'd be like, dude, you remember that car right there I had in high school? It's a '95 Nissan Sentra.
I was about
Yeah,
to say
like-
Nissan Sentra.
In 30 years at Nueces
Brown.
Brewery, in 30 years at Nueces Brewery, we're gonna be standing around looking at my '95 Ford Ranger.
Never gonna
happen.
Never gonna happen. It's always gonna be the same era of cars that were important, and after that, no one cares.
Yeah, yeah, it's the goods.
Oh, I hope
It's
not.
weird. I don't see how it can be any other way.
Yeah.
Well, I pulled
some
up next to a brand new 2020 AMG GTC Mercedes
Ooh, Delali.
today. Well, 160K for this car. Even that car
Was
is not
the
going to be
man wearing a
important.
wedding ring at all?
I didn't check.
He was wearing a purse.
He was going way too fast.
All right, guys, we are going to take a little break, find out if the guy driving the brand new Mercedes is wearing a wedding ring or not. Just kidding. Stay tuned to the Bad Blonde Radio Show. Oh, we're going in right now? Okay.
We don't actually have to wait for commercials.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You should put a sign that says it is Saturday.
Yeah.
Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Bad Blonde Radio Show on News Talk KUIS 1440 AM and 98.7 FM. Here in the studio, I have my co-host, Chad Shook. I have Omar Ramos making a mighty face. He just took a big old swig of some Noesis Brewery beer.
Ooh.
And I have Kale Moore of Noesis Brewery getting us mighty primed. Say hi, guys.
Hey guys.
What's up?
What did you just sip on, Omar, that made that?
That was the pumpkin porter.
The pumpkin pie porter? That's
Pumpkin pie
coming
porter.
out. That's today. And how long are you going to have it?
Until it's gone.
So let's go.
Scarcity.
It may
Come
run
down,
out
come
today.
down.
It may run out tomorrow.
That's
You never
kind of
know.
how y'all's brisket nachos work, too.
That's exactly how they
That's
work.
right. That's how barbecue works.
Show up.
How big of like a vat, or what is your storage size for
Yeah, that's a
the
good question.
PCP?
So I only have 15 barrels of that. So that translates to about a little less than 500 gallons. So it's not a lot of beer, people. It seems like a lot
I was
when you
gonna
think
say, it
about
sounds
doing it
like a
yourself,
lot,
but it's
That's
not a
enough
lot.
to fill up a above ground backyard swimming pool.
Damn, that's awesome.
Fact.
That's a great visual.
That is a great
If
visual.
I was rich, no.
Man.
Yeah, just be.
Just chalk that up to one of the things.
Yeah. One of the
First,
things.
shocking first woman in it. I was Scrooge McDuck in there so hardcore.
Dang, yeah, my
You know
mind
what
just
I'm
went to that where
Yeah.
Scrooge McDuck is just swimming around in his own gold doubloons or
That's
whatever
gross.
those were. So, we have these guys on the show to talk about their events today. Omar's having the bike night, which is a rowdy good time at Rowdy House.
I'll be there.
Yeah, Kale's having 2 to 5 classic car show at Noesis Brewery
Yeah, so we're open 11:30 to 10 o'clock
with
that
food,
day.
with barbecue.
with great barbecue and brews. We're also releasing the pumpkin pie porter. And then from 2 to 5, we'll have several of local car clubs out there. So the parking lot's going to be blocked
and some
off.
dirty choppers.
And then,
Yeah.
Rowdy House is showing up whenever they show up. And so it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun on Saturday. And then after our place, we're all moving over to Rowdy House for bike
Yes,
night.
sir. Yes, sir. And bike night will pop off at 8 p.m. I've talked to the downtown. Have you guys seen that? The downtown.
DMD, the Downtown Management District.
No, the new car wash.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
so-
do you ride your chopper through there and get it washed?
Not yet. Not yet.
It's
We're
like
kind of
make
still
sure
working
it's-
on that.
That would make a great
watch
video.
me too.
You get a body wash
For
and
real.
a bike
They're
wash.
coming from out of town. Like my clothes stand up by themselves. You know. No, I talked to the gentleman that owns that spot, and he says he's going to open up the parking lot for parking for the C10 crew for any of the cars
Oh, how
that
nice.
come over. So, you know, they'll definitely be included in that.
What a great dude.
He'll
That's
also
nice
be
of him.
showing up. He'll be showing everybody what's up with the new car wash. So
Yeah, they're doing a downtown
Car wash club.
Car wash club.
yeah, exactly. It's membership style. You know,
It's legit.
Do they have
They'll
a
be-
cigar bar?
I know that'd be cool.
Not a
Oh my
bad
God.
suggestion.
We used to have these places in Houston, and it was bar, restaurant, get your car detailed, get your hair cut, get your shoes shine. I mean, that's
It
like
sounds like
I'm all about
Progresso.
multitasking.
It sounds like Progresso, man.
Yeah.
that's the greatest
Okay,
way
that
to
was
go
really
back.
funny, Omar.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, shoe shined, everything.
Yeah. And a burrito.
That's genius.
Nuevo Progresso has some really good street tacos.
Oh man, tell me about it.
They do.
I support that 110%. That's for sure. So anyways, now Kale, what are we expecting to show up at the Classic Car Show?
Lots of cool cars and trucks.
So I need you to get me in touch with Skip too. We ought to have him come on the radio show. And
Yeah, I
talk
talked to
about
him on the way.
events.
I was hoping he could make it up here, but I kind of gave him late notice, so that's my bad. But
You and me both. I am so late note. I am like, hey guys, y'all want to come on the show? That'd be great.
I'm glad you delayed till 5:30 because I took a nap in the Sam's parking lot.
I thought you were going to say you took something else.
I thought so too. I know how this guy eats.
Did you go shopping in Sam's Club, or that just was the perfect place?
I happened to be
shopping
by
for
Sam's. I
samples.
looked down and I said, I got an hour. I can take a 30-minute nap. I put my earbuds in. I listened to my meditation app and just nodded off. And which is not the point of meditating, but it puts me to sleep when he talks to you like this.
Oh,
You go to bed.
see, that doesn't work for me because I dated a guy with that accent, and I am not. Yeah, I'm
Bring
like,
back some
ooh.
rage.
Maybe you need a guy like this.
No, that ain't gonna work. Either.
Just breathe.
that ain't gonna fly either. But I'm always envious of those folks that can just nap like wham bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
I cannot.
napping's
I don't have
essential.
that.
I have to set an alarm for 30 minutes, anything more, and I'm a mess.
Mm.
You know,
I like to wake
now-
up naturally, man. So you just, don't put a cap on it. Dude. Just,
Oh,
I like
I would
that's
be
so.
arrested
You
at
know,
Sam's.
why does Omar not do a meditation thing himself? He's like, just
You
wake
see?
up.
yeah,
everyone's
hey,
gonna be
just wake
fine.
up natural.
You do actually have a kind of a calming voice.
I
get
strange
that a lot.
strange story about that. Strange
Not you,
story
Kale.
about that.
Omar.
Yeah.
Let's
I
hear
gave
it.
some food away downtown one night to one of the homeless gentlemen that I see regularly. It's like,
That's
here's
nice
a
of
burger and
you.
some tater tots.
Ooh, yeah,
You know?
tater tots.
Tater tots. And he was like, you know what? I know you're a superhero. I was like, what, dude? No.
Oh,
man."
that's so kind.
He was like, no, it's because of your voice. I know it. And
you
I
do
was
have
like,
a yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, there's ketchup there too, brother.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah.
Some come bearing
Some have
tater
tater
tots.
tots.
Some come
Some
bearing
come
tater
bearing
Tater
tater
tot,
tots.
man.
So, Omar, how did you
Yeah.
get into creating choppers? Because that's what you do. That's your passion.
Yeah,
And you have a
that's
really
my
cool
daily.
shop here in downtown Corpus Christi. That
It's a
it's
good
honestly
time.
just like go into the shop. It's got all this cool artwork. It's
Oh, yeah.
got such a cool vibe. You got a really cool dog. You have like literally the Jessica Rabbit of girlfriends.
Yeah.
Like, how did you end up doing choppers?
My parents told me not to. No
Oh, man.
tattoos, no Harley Davidsons. And,
Love that.
and what's that make me want to do? I'm the middle child. It makes me want to get tattooed and ride Harley Davidsons.
And that you were doing all of
So yeah.
extremely.
yeah. I don't just do things a little bit. I kind of.
Were you already nifty with your hands? Were you already creating
Definitely,
stuff?
we grew up, working on our own trucks when we got them in high school, welding and learning overhead welding. Isn't that cool? And like,
It burns a little.
going to pick and pull all the time, and
Yeah. So I know you work on Harleys a lot, right?
Mhm.
So what would be your dream Harley creation?
oof, I don't know.
I
I've done a
know.
lot.
Oh, good. If I ask a question that elicits a oof,
Okay.
then I'm not
All right.
doing a good job
So
on
I'm
this
just like-
radio show.
I'll just let you know this one I'm working on for myself right now, and it's a birth year bike. It's my first birth year bike, so 1985.
Okay. All
Born
right.
in 85 to 1985 Harley Davidson.
I didn't know that was like a thing.
It's kind of a thing when you have more than one.
That's so
It's like-
cute.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a 1985 FXRP,
Cool.
police edition.
Nice.
It's an E-code bike. It's got a fair. It's supposed to have. It came with a fairing,
Neato.
tour pack. Everything for the sirens and everything. So right now that is my dream bike, and I'm building it. I just got a 117 stroker for it, which is capable of 130 horsepower.
Ooh.
It came with an 80-inch,
Oh.
which is capable of 60 horsepower.
Yeah.
So I don't settle for anything, and I build it as hard as I can, and until it's done.
It's so
Yeah.
nice to have a passion and pursue it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the reality. Like I really,
Oh,
my
man,
car
I love
YouTube videos, like I really love the history of it.
Yeah, I cheers to that, because I try setting up and doing YouTube stuff as I do
It's not
work,
easy.
and it drives me insane.
Yeah, the editing part is unpleasant.
Yeah.
But you do have an Instagram. Tell everybody what you're in, because I like to follow it. Just today I was
Yeah.
looking at what you were working on.
Yeah, so to my
Although I honestly kind of
vendetta,
follow your girlfriends
you know,
a little bit more. Omar has like the pretty.
understandable.
Guilty.
Yeah, I know, we do, everybody. So I grew up, my favorite movie was Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I kid you not, Omar's girlfriend is Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
Like in living form. And I'm always like, and she's also just the nicest.
She's the nicest person.
But tell everybody your Instagram.
I'm on Instagram, I'm at rowdy_house. Keep up with it. Vendetta
It's cool.
does an amazing job of making my stuff look cool.
I was going to say,
They also
yeah,
do our
they
stuff.
do a great
Yeah.
job on making videos.
Exactly.
I should just pay them to do it instead of me having to edit.
At
Because,
Vendetta Universe.
Yeah. Y'all go follow them too and reach out to them, because
I love Louie and Jack. And
exactly.
they also let me harass them.
Yeah,
all
drink
the
a
time.
beer for them. They're kind of under the weather right now. I think Jack's got a toothache.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty darn rough.
Yeah.
Those are.
I thought you were going to say they have COVID.
Oh, whoa.
I don't-
Oh, hey.
I don't know what is worse, a toothache or COVID.
Oh, no. Speaking of COVID, no, I'm just playing. No, for bike night, we have, if y'all don't get full of barbecue at Oasis, we have my good friend Vino coming out to barbecue.
Is that the guy that did it last time?
No, that's Dusty's brother.
Okay, yeah.
Michael. Yeah. And he
He's super
killed
cool.
it. Oh, yeah.
Man, I gotta have old Dusty on here at some point.
Yeah, definitely. He's got everything of downtown. Just
He really
amazingness.
does.
Yeah.
He really does. All right, what kind of barbecue is your buddy gonna make on bike
He's gonna
night?
do some brisket taco stuff. My mom's bringing beans and salsa. So
Mom's beans and salsa?
that's
Oh my goodness.
what's up? Yeah, exactly.
We need-
Maybe the only thing better than
Were you there last
Oasis
time?
beans and salsa?
Were you there last time?
I was there.
That was when.
No, not last
Mark
time. I was out of
out.
town.
Okay, yeah.
You know what really should happen? I hate to take away from cars and motorcycles because that's all of our things.
And beer.
But this is really, it sounds like this is turning into, in beer, exactly. This is really turning into more of a barbecue run on a Saturday. Go to an Oasis, eat your hearts out. I would probably go nachos and loaded brisket
There you go.
potato.
Oh.
And then
Yeah.
get my way over to Rowdy House,
Uh-huh.
right? All this talk of food. All right, guys. Thank y'all all for coming and being on the show today. But that is a wrap. We have talked everybody's ears off. Thank you to listening to the Bad Blonde Radio Show on News Talk KUYS 1440 AM and 98.7 FM, supported by Competition Sounds. I don't think I talked right on part of that.
I think you did fine.
Did I say the? I don't know.
I don't know.
Did I mess up on some of that, Doug? Oh, I don't know. My mind
I
doesn't
should
work.
maybe like shouted out Herman, maybe. But I think they'll be fine.
That bitch owes me $20.
What?
Just kidding. No, but really, I beat him at pool at Dr. Rockets, and we had like been like, "Hey, $20 a game," and then I never got $20.
Dude, we were out.
Gregory.
He has a lot of $20.
He does. That's what I'm saying.
You should sue him.
But hey, he's actually a really nice guy. He was super chill.
Got a blister on my finger from playing.
How did he start? Just how
They
did he
reached
start?
out to me for this bike night. They're like, "Hey, this looks cool. Can we get in on it?" And I was like, "Here's a sponsorship packet." And they're like,
Did you
done.
just create a sponsorship?
Oh, they
packet?
have they have motorcycle. Oh, what is it?
Yeah,
Tiger.
Law Tigers.
Yeah.
So Law Tigers has been hitting me up, and then I don't know if they just saw that Herman.
That's
was
cool,
on that
buddy.
shit. Dude, it's super cool. Like
That's
getting funded for what the fuck I
I love
do.
whipped cream.
Nice and easy.
that's cool.
I
hate
have-
lawyers.
This little
Yeah,
dog
same.
is amazing.
Same.
dog.
Galen,
And one day,
cut that video off of there.
Why? What's
For
going
sure.
on?
one day I showed it.
But yeah, it's
I
like,
squirted
hey
Doug
man, you know,
into the
support
dog's
local shit.
mouth,
And
and she went
if you
berserk.
want to support
And now
this
if I-
shit, it's like,
I think it's great they're
like
supporting
on
stuff, dude. I
a
just
coffee
hate
or
fucking
something.
And they're just like,
personal-
here.
You hear that sound?
we're here.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny,
Comes
What's this?
flying in the room. Give me
I
that!
want to be presented.
There's a video about this little monkey that's all like,
So I'm
like if,
yeah,
if it
keep
knows that there's
putting
whipped cream in the fridge, it
I
like
wanna go
climbs
one of
up
these
and
days
it
I need
like
to get by your shop. I'll
opens
check
and
it
it's
out,
like
man.
Come on
it
by,
can't
man.
figure out or
Drive
it doesn't
by.
have the strength or you
I
know
just
our
never-
opposable
never
thumbs.
stopped, but
It's
I
like-
wanted to-
Every once in a while, I see a nasty old.
What do I
car.
need to cut out of here?
One,
What
Like
did y'all
maybe
say?
after we get off of this.
Oh, there's this. Yeah, you're gonna have to cut something.
What did y'all say?
Nothing, but